Hello, everyone, and welcome to Silver Sundays. Am I the only face on the screen now? What's happened?
I'm back.
We go live, and both of the artists duck off the camera.
I had to go and wash my hands very quickly. I had ink all over them. I'm going to go and wash this off.
So welcome to this Silver Sunday on this November 28th, 2021. Thank you all for joining us. Hopefully we'll have a fun night tonight. Still in our post, what did I call it? I think our post-turkey chill. And I think one of the questions we asked is, do comic superheroes overeat on Thanksgiving? I think we all know the answer to that. We're missing a few of your usual faces that you guys are used to seeing. Got some sickness, got some vacation.
I'm not hearing anything.
You're not hearing anything? Pete, you can hear, right?
Yes.
Well, Rob, I don't know what's going on. Because we can hear. Let's see. I don't know if I know how to edit, automatically adjust. Let's see if I can post this comment. Rob is having problems. What if I can just boot him and maybe
Yeah, try doing that.
Yeah. Okay, can you hear us now, Rob?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Say something.
Yes, I've been talking the whole time.
I can't hear you though.
We can hear you. Maybe leave and then come back. So I don't know why I keep talking. Do you know sign language? Maybe bye-bye and then return.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you playing with me?
Nope. No.
It's
I got no volume.
Take his headphones out.
Take your earbuds off. Take your earbuds off.
No, take them out of the laptop.
Use your laptop. Use your laptop.
I'm on an iPad.
Oh.
I don't have a keyboard.
Oh. Can you just unplug?
Yeah, I tried that.
Use your laptop.
Try it. Yeah.
Can you not hear us now still? Oh,
that's weird.
That is very weird.
Okay, because we had sound earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I can try this. I'll click you, and then I'll click you again.
Like, okay.
Yep. I tried to mute and unmute you. Let's see. I can edit your mic settings. What can I do?
You can't do anything. I think he has to reset himself.
Yeah, I think. See if I don't know if he's checking our little private chat here.
Well, let me leave and come back.
Yes.
Try that.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I was going to tell him to do.
That's the one.
Anyway, so yeah, there's that. Always love the technical difficulties here. Let's see here. Here he's back here. Let's see if he can. How about now, Rob? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, you sound like Donald Duck, but yeah, I hear you.
Let me check my mic settings now. Let's see. Camera, my audio is my default. Okay, I'm good. I'm using my right my correct mic. So I know that when I don't use my correct mic, it does sound funny. But I got this thing here. When I use it, everything tends to sound okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're sounding kind of like you're inhaling helium a little bit to me.
Well, if I had some helium, I would inhale it, but I don't have any of it. So,
have you ever done that?
I have indeed.
That's a weird experience, isn't it?
It is very weird. Very weird and slightly addictive. What about you, Pete? You ever done that?
Do what?
Inhale helium.
Inhale helium.
Yeah, of course.
What adolescent hasn't? You know,
Exactly.
You get a helium balloon and you go.
And you talk like this.
The balloon's free, yeah. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. No harm done.
My father-in-law's in the house. He says, "Hello, big dummy. Have a good night. What's up, Screw Loose?" Let's see who else here. Fruitbat36 says, "I'm here. Pages will be dropping soon. Woohoo!
That's a good thing.
That is a very good thing.
As long as they don't drop them on the floor and walk on them,
Really,
which has happened.
Yep, back in ye olden days.
Yeah, I still do it that way. I still do it on paper. So
okay, I was gonna say you still throw it on the floor.
No, but I still do it on paper. You know, I still do this stuff. You know.
Yep, that's good.
It works for me. I figure I don't want to have to learn a whole new tool.
Yeah,
which I'd have to with a computer. I've played with it a little bit, but the learning curve's a little bit too steep for this old man. So I'll just stick with what I got. I know Photoshop pretty well, so I can scan it in and play with it then.
Wait, did I write chili? Infrafan says, between the title and the thumbnail, I thought this was about post-Thanksgiving chili. There's no room for any chili. I meant to write chill and not chili. So I got to see what.
Just erase that one eye.
Oh,
you know,
no, I did. I wrote
cover
chill.
up the one eye. There you go.
You misread it. I did write chill. Yeah, no, there's no room for any chili, but there was room for banana pudding just before I jumped on here.
If I had some, I'd have had some.
I enjoyed your portion, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was good. It was good.
I don't need any of that anyway. I got to.
You know, I tell my kids it's not about need. It's not about need. You know, you pass me the banana pudding. That is not about need. That's all about want.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get on to the introductions now that we got everything working. Pete,
yeah.
Tell everybody who you are, Pete.
Me?
Yes, sir. We'll start with you.
I'm
in your royal robe there.
Just a penciler. It's my Thanos scanner. What do I do? I'm the penciler on Silverline Team Up, Champion of Miss Fury. Issue 1 is out. What else do I do, Roland? I'm drawn.
You've done some covers.
You've drawn an assortment of covers.
Yeah.
You did a really nice cover for Twilight Grim.
Twilight Grim, that's cool. Yeah, I sell a few of those actually at conventions. They do quite well.
Oh, you make prints of them? You print?
Yeah. Well, Roland sent me a few comp copies.
Oh, okay.
I kept one.
I was thinking of just selling the cover, but you're talking about the whole book.
Yeah.
Come on, Fruit Bat.
Fruit Bat.
Let me send you the link. You can join us. And maybe if you can figure it out, you can actually do some coloring on stream here.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's see here. I got to find you there. So we are joined tonight by a special guest here. I'm trying to send a message and talk at the same time, which I'm good at doing both, but not necessarily both at the same time.
Yeah, that multitasking doesn't really work. I don't know who ever came up with that idea, but you really can't do two things well at the same time. Not really.
No.
Maybe works. Maybe walk and chew gum, or drive and talk. But yeah,
it only works if you can have one of them running in the background, right?
Right. Yep. Yep.
So Rob, we know who you are, but tell folks who you are.
I am Rob Davis. I am the artist on Twilight Grim, which is presently up on a Kickstarter at this very minute.
It is.
It's got some of my. I'm going to be doing some sketches for anybody that wants them. We set up like 4. We set up 4 of them. I'm trying to remember. Yes. I think it's 4. And then I've got the original art pages up, and I noticed one of them has already gone, which is pretty cool. Yep. I like that.
That's pretty cool.
This early in the game to get one of those popped out is great. But we're still a little bit away from our goal. So, after this is over, pop over and put some money on the Kickstarter, or if you can multitask, do both. Watch here and go over there.
I'm trying to get it up on the screen. So as you talked about it, I'm trying to. It's one of these things. I'm trying to send a link. I'm trying to chat, and I'm trying to host. Yeah, trying to do it all here. Plus, wanted to make sure Phil has the link, so he's supposed to be joining us here. Let's see here. Oh no, that's not it. So I gotta go over here. So all right, here we go.
So anyway, if you want more information about me, I've been drawing comics since 1987. So many years. So and I started out as a letterer, became an inker, and then a penciler, and been doing that off and on ever since. One big gap there after the implosion in the mid '90s, but I've been doing a little bit of stuff here and there ever since. I'm also, if anybody notices the little logo on my shirt here, that's you.
I made you get small.
I'm a little smaller now, but yeah, this little logo right here, that's Airship 27. That's Ron Fortier and I started up a little book publishing business where we take old pulp characters and hand them off to artists and writers of today and have them write new stories about these guys. And it's really interesting stuff. We've been doing that since, I'm trying to think, 2004. So we've been at this a while. Yeah. 2004, I think, was the first book we did. We didn't do that many. And then a few years later, we just started popping them out. We're usually pump out between 15 and 24 a year. It just depends on what everybody gets done. And looks like we have a new visitor here.
Yep.
So I will.
A first timer?
I will shut up and let you introduce him.
Hello, Martin.
Yeah, just a new guy.
Hello.
Yep, Martin's the new guy. Martin, introduce yourself. Tell folks who you are.
I'm Martin. I'm doing colors for Wolf Hunter.
Oh.
Yep.
So I've been actually bugging Roland on and off for years, but I'm not sure if he remembers any of that.
I do. Listen, I remember a discussion you and I had about MLJ characters. Do you remember that?
Vaguely, I think. Yeah.
Vaguely.
So
yeah, that goes back probably 15 years.
Oh, I don't know if it's that far. So
did Roland promise to make you rich?
I threw a pitches.
If so,
bored, but that's fine.
Told me I'll be retired by now.
I'm excited. I've been thoroughly enjoying the books that have been created so far. The thing that's fantastic about them all is that they all move, every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a fun batch of books, and it's a pleasure to join the team. So thank you.
Well, isn't that what comics are about? They're supposed to be about fun, you know.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
I'm all about the money, Rob. If I'm honest.
Right.
I'm here for the money.
Wait.
So I guess
I think Pete's having problems with his microphone.
So I guess I could throw in a couple more credentials. I've done some lettering. I did lettering for a comic called Samson the Nazarite. I've done layouts. I've done design work.
I know the guy. Who's the guy who did that?
Yeah.
I met him several years ago. Luis Serrano. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great guy. And so I have a couple touch-ups I have to do for him, but so I've done comic book lettering, some comic book stuff. I've done everything from top to bottom, layouts, page prep, printing prep, design work, logo work, you name it. So nice. That's where I'm coming from.
Well, we're glad you can join us, first time joiner. We do have the Kickstarter up now, so you can see it on your Windows. I probably should hide that. I don't know if I should. That's kind of my personal one, isn't it? So you can see we are at 2513.
Oh, we made it.
We just got a new backer earlier.
Cool.
And so we are now officially at goal. I have already sent R.A. Jones a message, and asked him about some possibly stretch goals. Oh my goodness gracious! Here, I've been trying to get this guy to come on and join us for some time.
Oh, Stephen
Butler says, "Matter Eater lad probably did a bit of overeating. Dude has a cat stomach though, but so does my son for that matter."
Oh man!
And so yeah, Stephen, still going to try to get you on, man. He keeps every time I ask him, he goes, "Roland, you know where I live," and I do. He goes, "My internet, man." He goes, I have to ride a bicycle just to keep my internet going." Right. So
I have squirrels.
Stephen does live out in the boonies, out in the sticks.
So do I, but I luckily have some DSL to my house, so that really helps. But
that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I spoke with Stephen, I think we were using Dixie cups. So. Right. Yeah,
telegraph, yeah.
Yeah. But so anyway, let's get back here to Twilight Grim and White Devil #1. Twilight Grim, of course, is number 3 in the series. If you missed if you missed the first 2 issues, do not worry, you can get in on them. Yep. Steven's actually a Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? You can grab issues 1 and 2 so that you don't miss anything. Yeah, and White Devil is the first of this series.
Right.
And as Rob pointed out here, let's see if I can get here some of our covers. Got the well, actually, there's the Stephen Butler White Devil cover in our Superman homage, and then this is
that's my version.
Yep, yeah. Rob's cover here, and then we have
Humphreys.
Yep, Aaron Humphreys. Yep, Aaron Humphreys did this one. And then we've got this is Jackson Riddick did this one, and we'll I know Phil Leon, if he's watching me right now, he's just biting his tongue because the logo is covering up some of this, and not the images aren't popped up, but this is not the final product. See, we say it right down here somewhere. It's not the final image. And then we got a couple awesome B covers. Got C. Michael Lanning inked by I think this is wrong here. This is not Thomas Flormonti did not ink him. That is inked by Barb. So
okay.
I need to get my my person who set this up and get on them.
You get your eraser out and put a little white out over the top of that.
Yep. So that was Barb actually, and then Phil Leon colored that, and then Quentin Bedwell did the Twilight Grim cover.
That's a nice cover. I like that. In your face for sure.
Yeah, very much so. And then of course we have the retro editions, which are always fun.
The logo's a little different on that one for Silverline. Yeah.
Yep. We go with the old school 90s thing. We got to get it added down here. But this is if you bought Silverline books in the 90s, this would have been what the covers kind of look like, with some blurbs, of course. Cool. And then this is just showing off some of the art and a little video of the add-ons. And then this is examples of Rob's commissions. Some
commissions I've done in the past. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Matter of fact, this was Twilight Grim #1 commissions.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, and then I keep scrolling the wrong place. And then Jackson, those are kind of small, aren't they? Jackson sent in some commissions, so I gotta figure out examples of what he would be doing. I gotta figure out how many of these are left and mark them. And you can see some of this art is gone. I got to get in there and update that as well. But if you're a fan of original art, this is the place for you to get it. Several pages from original art from White Devil, as well as several pages from Twilight Grim #3. I think Rob, I saw you holding this page a little bit earlier, didn't I?
Yeah, I got all those and laid them out behind me.
Yep.
One of them that went, I think, is. There it
right
is.
Here.
Yep, right there. Yeah, I've got that one behind me here too. And I will sign that and send it to whoever added that on.
Nice.
It's same thing with any of the others. I will sign it.
Absolutely. So yeah, this is a great opportunity for you original art fans. And obviously, if you missed an issue, if you're coming in, you can get some of the back issues here. This is obviously where you would pick up Twilight Grim 1 and 2 as well. Mm-hmm. And then pictures of all their ugly mugs.
Okay.
So
yeah, yep. before we broke the camera.
Right. So so jump on over there, support that Kickstarter if you can. Steven said, Rob, that he loved your stuff on Scimitar.
Ah, thank you. I loved your stuff on. Trying to remember. To be honest, it's not coming to the top of my head, but I've seen his stuff.
Oh, of course, yeah. So Steven did
help me out
here. Some of the first stuff he did, which is probably what you're remembering. Now he did a series called Silverstorm for
yes.
But then he also did the Badger.
I was thinking that it was the Badger that I was trying to remember that he
that was
worked
kind of
on
his
with Mike Barron, and he did a nice long run there. If I remember right. And I have my collection here in the studio, and I'll have to take those out and take a look.
Steven and I were roommates at that time, and I still remember when Steven would get the scripts in, we would, because this is pre Mike going to DC, and Mike wrote scripts really uniquely. At the time, have you ever seen one of Mike's pre DC scripts?
No, I have not.
So when he went to DC, he submitted a script like he was doing for the Badger and Nexus for all those years, and DC said, "What is this? We won't take this. You got to write a script. Here's what we want." So Mike would literally use a yellow legal pad. Yeah. And he would sketch out literally.
That's right. He would do little layouts of the page.
Yes, he would.
And balloons and stuff.
Everything was scripted out on the page. Yeah. The balloons and everything.
I mean, what's wrong? What's wrong with that? It's just what the artist needs.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about DC or Marvel, they're wanting a little better than that. At least at Marvel, they would want at least an outline,
right?
And when R.A. Jones and I worked on Scimitar, we worked pretty much Marvel style. He would send me a page breakdown of each page, and then I would put the beats on each page. But that's the way we work. Now for Twilight Grim, we actually worked full script. Yep. Since we hadn't worked together in what is it, almost 30 years?
Well, I was going to ask you that. Let's talk since we're kind of pumping up the Kickstarter right now. Let's talk for a minute about that. So
that's why I'm here.
So you and RA, the first thing you did together was that Scimitar?
First thing we did together, yes, Scimitar.
So how did that happen? How did you know RA, or did he know you? Or?
Okay, I forget exactly which convention it was. I think it was a Kansas City convention. They had a little convention called MoCan. It was It was held right on the border of Missouri and Kansas, which is where MoCan comes from. Mo is short for Missouri.
Sure. Yeah.
And can, of course, is short for Kansas. Everybody goes, but Missouri is MI. Well, what's Mo got to do with it? Well, every other MI state is already taken.
But Missouri is not MI.
No, it's MO.
Yeah, because MI is Michigan.
Yeah, MI is Michigan. MA is
Massachusetts.
And MS is Mississippi. So so as we go through the letters, the next one is O, and that was what was left. So that's what they used.
And ME is Maine. MT is Montana.
Yeah. So but they come along after us. So that's the thing. Yeah. So again, O was taken, so Montana couldn't use O.
Right.
And N was already gone, so they had to go with
because Minnesota.
T. Yeah. Exactly.
Pete's
so that's how that happened.
You guys have over there that started with M.
But I digress. So anyway, we were at this convention, and I was there trying to drum up business. I was doing a little bit of role playing game work at that time. I was trying to get into comics. So Ari and I talked for a little bit, and I handed him one of my business cards. I had printed them up myself on my printer at home, and handed him a card. Well, apparently he started work on the book Scimitar with a different artist.
Yeah,
and I can't remember the artist's name. But anyway, apparently that artist had different ideas about how to tell the story than what was in the script.
Yeah.
So he wasn't following the script at all. R.A. was writing full script at that point. And I've looked at it, and I've looked at the script, and I've looked at what he did, and I'm going, no, it's not even close in some places. So anyway, and sales were just going, through the toilet. The they put out 2 issues, and each one was a little bit lower than the previous one. So that they were going to have me finish up the 3 and 4. And I started following the scripts, and suddenly, and by that time, my artwork was doing pretty well. I'd done a little bit of work for Now Comics and for about a year on a book called people still bring copies. It's Die Kamikaze. It was a giant robot book.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
That was my break-in, and I go back and look at that and go, oh my God, people paid money for that. But anyway, yeah. So I had kind of gotten some chops going at that point, and it did some dynamic stuff to open up the book, and boom, sales jumped up through the roof, and they went, oh, well, we're still going to cancel it at issue 4, but we're going to do a mini series from here on. So we'll have you do 4 issues at a time. And so that's how that all started. It was just me running into R.A. Jones and him running into me at a convention, and he called me up and says, this artist's not following. Can you do a couple of issues for us so we can finish it out? I said yes, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
And that book took off, and for those days, a black and white book selling 8,000 to 16,000 copies was pretty good. That was a pretty good run for a black and white book. Yeah. So we turned it from 8 to moved it up to about 12, 16,000 at one point. And
we won't dwell there too long, but if you've studied any of the sales figure for Marvel and DC over the last couple of years, they've got books that sell in full color in the 8 to 16,000 range.
They're losing money. They're losing money on those.
They hand over fist.
They have to be losing money on those. The only thing propping those up is the movies.
Oh yeah.
So they got to keep them. They got to keep them in print to keep the copyright and trademark going, I guess. Right. But and plus it's a feeder. Yeah, it's still a feeder to comics. But color books only selling 8 to 16,000. That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah. They would have canceled colored books back in the day when.
Oh, listen, when I was editor there, if you'd have hit the 60 to 70,000 range. Yeah, if your book fell in the 60 to 70,000 range, then you were in danger of cancellation.
Well, that's where the Star Trek
60 to 70,000 units.
That's where the Star Trek books were when I was working on them.
Well, no, those were the Malibu books, right?
Well, Malibu and DC, I worked for both.
Yeah, because for Malibu, a 60,000 run, those were good numbers.
Yeah, but I know the DC book because I got royalties from them too.
Okay,
and I think I remember the number 55,000 comes immediately to mind. So that was one of the issues I worked on. I don't know which one it was. That's the number that comes to mind. So it was right around that area with 70,000 somewhere in there for those books. Now I don't remember the exact numbers on the Malibu books, but I know they were pretty happy with them.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Paramount was very happy. In fact, a little known fact, before Malibu was purchased by Marvel, Paramount Pictures actually toyed with the idea of buying Malibu Comics.
I wish they had.
Oh, there's so many other people do as well.
I wish they had because things would have turned out much better for me, I think.
We would have become Paramount Comics, and
and they did that at Marvel. They had a double logo on it. It said Paramount Comics, Marvel Comics underneath it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I bought the first few months worth of books. Oh, well, they had artists who were quote unquote hot working on them, and they didn't worry about whether the people looked like the actors or not, and it looked like, to be honest, there were a couple of them looked like they were really hacked out. Now the one that really looked nice was Voyager, and they had I think it was a Brazilian artist that was working on that book, but he had the likenesses right on. His storytelling was beautiful. That book really looked nice, but the other ones, they were very uneven.
That's strange because movie studios are usually really all they care about at the end is that make they look like the actors, isn't it?
Yes.
When I worked on them, I always got notes back about this. You need to work on this part of him. So I actually worked out a system where I had a camera, and I set up. I taped all the shows, and I took photographs off the TV screen, and I had an overhead projector that I projected down onto my drawing board so I could get the likenesses down perfectly. So I had to look for, I would look for scenes that would fit the storytelling. I did the layouts first. I did thumbnails first, and then I would go in with my camera and find scenes in the show that would work. And I would use those and blow them up or shrink them down to match the. So I got the likenesses right on at that point.
I never edited any licensed properties like that, but I know that Mark Panicia, who was the editor of the licensed properties, we used to hear his stories all the time about they were just they would ask for some of those smallest changes. Well, you don't have the eyes right, you don't have the ears right, this nose is not right, and
right.
They were very particular.
Yes, they were, but they were always complaining about the aliens that we would design. The other artists and I would design for the book, because, and they told us at one point, it's supposed to look like somebody. The aliens are supposed to look like someone who has an appliance applied to their face, so it looked like the makeup that they did for the show.
Oh, really?
And that was horrible. Some of that, but
in other words, they wanted you to design an alien that would be easy for them
to reproduce, for them to do it on the show. Of
course.
So Gordon Purcell actually did one time that they couldn't have done because some of the anatomy
in a while.
Some of the anatomy, but I remember this distinctly, that the two bones in your arm, there was actually a space in between those in their anatomy that he drew. Now the head looked like somebody had put an appliance of some sort on their head and made them. But the funniest story I have is about working on the original Trek book based on the movies over at DC. And I did an issue that had Trelane in it. And when I got some of the original art back, there were these little pieces of tape over each one of Kirk's heads. Captain Kirk's head so I peeled one back one time, and about the only difference I could think was the hairline was a little lower. They had pasted over heads, just lowered his hairline just a little bit, and pasted those over the ones that I had done originally. So it had gone through the process somewhere, and somebody said something.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was Shatner or if it was somebody else, but
Shatner.
I love that. I love telling that story because it always gets a laugh, but it's absolutely true.
So speaking of likenesses,
okay.
Who are
Martin? You want to share your
screen?
screen?
I can.
Yeah.
But speaking of likenesses, who are you using as your models for Twilight Grim?
Well, from all the characters except Twilight Grim, I just made them up. I've got original sketches here of the characters, but at one point I got a note from R.A. about what he wanted the character of Twilight Grim to look like, and he says, I want him to have the look like a rock and roll star from the 70s or 80s, like Jim Morrison. So I went to the internet and I got a bunch of pictures of Jim Morrison, and I've essentially tried to recreate his facial. It's not an exact likeness of him, but that's the basis for Twilight Grim himself. Jim Morrison. It's not perfect. I didn't go through that process like I did for Star Trek to make it exactly perfect. That I could have, but
there's particularly a panel in the Christmas Story where he's shirtless, and I look at it and I'm like, yeah, okay, that could be Jim Morrison. What'd you say, Pete?
Risky.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I was leaning towards Owen Wilson for some reason, but
no, that would work. But no, that's who I used. Okay,
Jim
you're
Morrison,
talking about
interesting.
You talking about this one?
Yes. Yeah.
Look at that boy.
Yeah.
So that's Twilight Grim.
Yep.
Sexy.
Ew.
Very intriguing. I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued at how your inks look compared to when the colors are applied. That's
okay. Well, part of that
I'm seeing a very, very radically different thing when I see it in ink. That's interesting. Huh?
What are you seeing different?
I don't know. It's just there's a dynamicism. That's it. That popping out in the inks by themselves. Interesting.
Well, that's how I learned to do it. It's when you're doing a comic book, you have to ignore the fact that it's going to have color on it later.
Yeah.
It has to work in black and white, or it won't work in color.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've had inks, or I've had colors that completely destroyed what I'd done, because they I don't know what the one book they did it at DC, one of the Star Trek books. The coloring, it was so garish. You could tell what the colors maybe intended, but every color was saturated, just highly saturated, and it just blew everything out of the water. It took any depth in the inks completely out. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But that's about the only time that's happened. Usually, a colorist should be able to see what, if you've done it right in the pencils and the inks, the colorist should be able to tell what the facial features is, what shapes that you're going for, what three-dimensional feel you're going for.
Did you want me to pop my screen up there?
No, I hadn't seen it screen yet.
No. Did you want me to pop it up?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see what you're doing.
We love to
and our viewers love seeing that stuff.
Yep.
I mean, that really gets people.
While you're doing that,
interested.
Stephen Butler said, "Outlaw Josie Wells homage on Quentin's cover." Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. That was one of the things I thought about too. The Quentin Bedwell cover. So, Stephen Brown Hart says, "Hey, what's up, Stephen? Good to see you here. My comic made it to 510. That is fantastic, sir. Congratulations. For those of you who tune in frequently, know Stephen was running a Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and so we were cheering him along and hoping to see him be successful with that as well. So
cool.
Congratulations, Stephen.
So is my screen showing?
Well, it is now.
There it is.
All right. Yeah. All right, so
that's the flats. Yeah, you put the flats in already.
Well, I'm starting to get the colors in here. So here's one page that's completed here. So I've got an interesting dynamic going on, I think. It's so I started off with this more flat approach, but then I've started to morph into a little bit more of a rendered approach, and I'll show you what the differences are if I can get there here. Here we go.
Let's see if I can do this. I think. Oops, I didn't do a whole lot to it, did it? Did a little.
Trying to do a little storytelling with the colors and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's? Oh,
I see a flag there. We're gonna start seeing Pete salute.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go, Pete. Oh,
look at that. They're good guys.
So here's
really good guys.
Here's where I've got this interesting dynamic where I'm flipping back and forth between kind of a flat approach and this rendered approach, and I think it's kind of working. So
yeah,
I mean, you can do a critical commentary at this point if you want, by all means.
So this is for an upcoming book that we've been working on for a while. If you were tuned into Wednesday Wham or the Tuesday night shows, this book is Wolf Hunter, written by Tim TK, who basically handles pretty much all of our web stuff these days, the Silverline Comics blog and website. We're pretty excited about that. Pencils are done by AJ Cassetta, with inks by John Martin, and of course Martin is doing the colors.
Mertonen.
So, yep, Mertonen. John Martin doing the inks, Martin Mertonen doing the colors. So,
and let's see if I can find the here.
So hopefully this is something we'll see kind of early mid next year. Once we can get this first
coming
issue
right
wrapped
along.
up. So yeah, yep. I know Tim's pretty excited about it.
I think
AJ's
this page turned out
probably
really well.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I like that page.
Yeah, nice page.
Yeah, AJ's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
storytelling.
Yep.
Storytelling works nice there. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. The Z.
Yep.
Yeah, the Z works. Yeah.
Well, I know Pete's probably heard me say this before, but this is one of the things I personally, and even back when I was an editor, one of the things I always like about the Kubert, the Kubert students is they've been taught storytelling. You know they've been taught that. What it usually boils down to when you're talking to a Kubert former student, grad, whatever, is do you like their art? They 9 times out of 10, maybe even higher than that, they're going to understand what storytelling is, and the Z pattern you mentioned, they know how to do that. They know what that is. They know how to use it. The question is just going to be, okay, do you like their art?
Yeah, because the story's there. At that point, you just the story flows. You're not struggling to see which panel's supposed to be next.
Right. Yes, and that's one of the things.
So you actually get to see the style of their work rather than having to decipher where the next panel's supposed to be, where your eye is supposed to go.
Yeah. And I know that we can talk pros and cons about the image boys, but I think one of the problems that came, and I listen, I'm high on Image, okay, because I think they did a lot of really good things, but one of the problems with the Image guys is they didn't fully understand storytelling. They understood dramatic characters and poses and
they understood what original art pages would sell at shows.
Right,
I'm serious. If you look at their work, you can see that's exactly what they're going for.
Yep.
They're going for stuff that they can sell at shows. If it's got a character, the major character is prominent on the page, and everything else is minor. Is little tiny panels around it. So there's a lot of that.
Well,
now,
the problem I have, if you look at an art page, without any of the dialogue, and you're like, or text on it, you're like, okay, this is clearly the first panel because it's in the upper left, right?
Yeah.
I know it comes first, but I don't know where to go from there. Then you've got a problem with the design of the page. The art can be pretty,
but there's nothing wrong with that. But
nope, nothing wrong with that at all.
But if you can't, it should be the way I always thought about storytelling is that it should be like a silent movie. You should be able to figure out, for the most part, what's going on. Right. You may not get the depth of the details of what's going through everybody's mind, but you should get a general idea of what's happening in the story without any word balloons, without any captions.
You're right.
Now and then the captions and the word balloons should take you that much further in depth into what the story's about. But you should be able to get the gist of the story from just the black and white art.
Right. Yeah. Also joining us tonight, popping in a little bit late here, Phil Leon.
Jeez, we get everybody in.
My quantum drive went out on me. I was on the dark side of the moon, man. I was incommunicado.
Yeah. Internet's not very good on the dark side of the moon, is it?
No, yeah.
But Pink Floyd is.
Yeah. Oh, plenty Pink Floyd there.
I know they're plenty high.
This is true.
You listen to their music, they're plenty high.
They're plenty something.
Yeah.
Phil, tell folks who you are.
I may have been too.
Phil, tell folks who you are.
I'm Phil Leon. I do color work, a little bit of editorial, some pre-press here and there. I do a little bit of, got my hands in a little bit of everything, but mainly as a colorist.
Yep, and we've already done our kind of Kickstarter pitch, but for those of you who are still around, Phil is the colorist. We mentioned him for White Devil. So Phil, take a moment and talk about maybe White Devil. When you and I first chatted a little bit, what was it about White Devil that made you think, yeah, you know what, I wouldn't mind coloring that?
Well,
I gotta mute Pete again for a minute.
I was going to say, let me
I know where he's going.
Pete promised you'd retire. You'd make so much money, you wouldn't know what to do with it.
It was the fame and the glory, man. That's what it was. No, I dig that style of art. I dig that kind of story. I like everybody that's on the book, and Silverline's cool. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm on board.
Now, have you ever met RA or Jackson at all?
No.
Okay.
Well, RA, I think I did what was it, last year when you had me drop in on a panel?
Oh,
maybe for a minute, but that was it,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Ari's been around for a while. Well, Jackson has too. Jackson's kind of I really don't know. I need to ask him. I don't know what he's been doing the last few. Jackson, if you're around, tell us what you've been doing for the last couple of years. I've been trying to get Jackson on here too. But Jackson did quite a bit of work for early Silverline. Matter of fact, I got this thought the other day. Jackson, if you're listening, maybe you can confirm it. I got this thought the other day that kind of out of all the books that we did, Jackson might have done, and I'm talking about Silverline 1.0 and 2.0. Jackson might have done more comics than any other single person. Mitch Bird accepted because Cat and Mouse ran for 2 years. But as far as all of the other stuff, Jackson might have been. Yeah, he's here. Jackson says he's just chilling and killing.
Hey, what's up?
So I got to go back and kind of look at that again, because I think that Jackson might kind of be the one who kind of holds
his name was familiar to me, but I wasn't sure why. Now I know.
Yep,
he was on a lot of your stuff.
Yep, he's on quite a bit of stuff, like I said, for Silverline, 1.0, 2.0. So I'm trying to get him back involved in 3.0. I keep tossing the rod out and pulling it back. I get little nibbles from him.
Come on in, the water's fine. It's fun.
Yeah,
that's right. You heard that, Jackson. That's from Rob. So
been delving into that history a little bit lately because I've been doing the live shows, trying to help promote this campaign and everything. And somebody's like, "Hold it."
Silverline, you mean?
Yeah, they're like, Silver, hold it. Whatever happened to Silverstorm? That's the question I guess. So they're out talking about the old IPs and
that explains why your question.
Yeah.
We're actually in the process of coloring it, and yep. We have don't quote me on this, but I think we've got about 2.5 issues colored. For Jackson's the volume 2, what Jackson did. We don't have any of the first volume scan, which was done by Stephen Butler.
Right. That's they're like they had mentioned that while I'm going through the campaign. It's like, well, it just so happens Steve did this cover right here that we're working on.
He did. I can't remember if he did a cover for the second volume or not. I think all those covers were done by Jackson, except for we had one by Dave Dorman. But now, so Stephen Butler did volume 1, Jackson did volume 2. Now Silver Dollar and Tempest have shown up in other places, and they're actually getting ready to reappear. Not in their Silverline book, but there's actually in the Christmas special. Let me see if I can pull up that. We actually have a Silverstorm story in the Christmas special.
Cool.
So
I'll definitely let them know about that then.
Yeah. Let me see.
You want me to stop sharing so you can show stuff?
No, you don't have to stop sharing. I can make.
You can boot me.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we won't boot you so much as it'll just swap you out.
Okay.
So no, don't stop sharing.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, Phil, it was pretty interesting. I'm like, that was a question out of left field from. I'm like, where did that come from?
Another stream, and people wanted to know more about Silverline, and is that Silverline? Well, it's the new Silverline, but yes, it's that.
Yeah. Silverline 3.0.
3.0. That's right.
So that's what we're at 3.0. That's
this is a 3.0. Yep.
Okay.
Let's see here. I gotta shrink this window. It's taking up way too much space here. All right, let me see if I can scroll down to the Silver Storm story, and then share a little bit of that with you. So, well, you know what? I'm going to scroll because I know people are interested in. Let's see, share. People are interested in the Christmas special. I want to share. I want to share a window, so I want to share Christmas special. So, so this is actually a page from Wolf Hunter.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Wolf Hunter.
Nice
Christmas.
color.
Yeah, this is Mickey Clausen.
Nice.
Tim. I told him to change his name. He wants Tim T. Art by Quentin. Of course, Mike Belcher did the letters for this. Let's see. Oh, here's a White Devil here. For the Christmas that Jackson did. This is new Jackson artwork. You'll hear him talk about nets. This is what Jackson is talking about when he's talking about nets, right? All kind of nets here. I think Silverstorm might be next. Here we go. Here's a new Silverstorm tale, also by Jackson. So we get to see Santa and Silver Dollar and Tempest here. Here's a Silver Dollar in action. I don't know if you can see that there. How can I make this bigger? Okay, there we go. Let's see. So there's a Silver Dollar in action, helping Santa out a little bit.
Silver Dollar.
Yep, the Silver Dollar, and then here's Tempest down here. Santa needed some help, so they're helping Santa out. So yep, we got a new story there for those who are asking, and of course Demon, who was a character, popular character in Cat and Mouse. He gets his own story written by Dante with pencils by, and I'm gonna mess up his last name, but it's Jim Deaoglu. So I need to get him to leave the pronunciation on Facebook sometime in one of our private chats. You know, you could say that, so I get it right. Of course, Tommy inked it. Roberta colored it. It's good looking stuff. So let's see what else comes last. What else? Oh, and of course, that's kind of a surprise for us. Your Dean has his Silver Blade. I think he's shown this on social media quite a bit. So nice. Yeah, nice image there of the main character. So your question about Silverstorm is absolutely. We will see more. Woo! Martin's.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm slipping into another dimension there, man.
I wanted to reach my hand.
Hello, down there.
Yeah, Jackson just said those reindeer turned out nice. Yep, I agree. Yeah, so I think folks are going to be real excited to get their hands on the Christmas special. There's I lost count. Is it 16 or 17 stories? I forget. But you know, I'm the only one, I guess, that's seen all of them at this point in time. I know everybody's seen bits and pieces of a little bit of all of them, but I guess I'm the only one that's seen all of them. And I can honestly say this is going to be, people are going to really like this because you get a little bit of the, you know, a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new. You know, your old favorites. You're going to see Cat and Mouse and Demon and Silverstorm. Along with Divinity and Twilight Grim, as well as some of the new titles that you know, coming up, like Wolf Hunter, Night Rise. So Dean's a silver blade. There's too many. I'll forget something, but yeah. So I think folks are really, really going to enjoy this. But that's not the one we're here to promote. That one's already here. We've already done that one. It was yeah. Anyway, so yeah, very cool. Well, so someone asked me the other on Facebook the other day, and they said, "What's the status of the next issues?" So I told them, I said, Twilight Grim #4 is completely penciled and inked.
Yep.
And so all we need for Twilight Grim #4 is we need letters and colors. And then for White Devil #2, it is completely penciled, inked, and colored, and has been delivered to Phil. So all we need is colors on that one, and I'm
already started on it.
Excellent. So so we are off to a good start on the next issues of those. For the first time on the Sunday stream, we are joined by Jose Fuentes. Jose, who is my neighbor now, about 2 hours away. We're going to bump into each other at a show in 22. I can just feel it's going to happen.
It has to happen.
Yeah. Now you're doing a show this coming weekend, right?
No, it was actually today.
Oh
wow.
Today? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how did that go?
It was kind of small, like it was just in a hotel little convention area, but it was pretty good.
Those are the best.
Those are the great. Yeah.
it was pretty awesome. It's just a little congested, which I'm okay with.
Yep.
But it was fun. I was doing sketch cards, and I didn't have any takers, which it's fine. But it's interesting because I went there with supplies to do sketch cards, and I was working on stuff just to get stuff on the table. And my daughter decided to come in here, and it's like, "Oh, Dad, can I just draw a little bit?"
I know where this is going.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
I know what's happened. Every time.
Go ahead.
My kids have done the same thing.
How many did she sell?
She sold like 14.
Oh my God!
Now she's going to think that happens every time and want to be a comic book artist.
Yeah.
Oh man! Yeah, I've had that happen too. Yeah.
Well, girls sell comics.
Yes,
that's
they do.
Girls sell cards.
Yeah. So, Jose, tell folks who you are.
I'm Jose Fuentes. I went to the Kubert School with Papa Pete, and and I inked in the Christmas story for Kalis, and I'm working on ink for Obsolete.
That's right. Nice. Yeah, and we just scrolled through some of those that Christmas stuff. I don't know if you saw it. It was pretty quick, but we scrolled through some of it. Yeah. So yeah, we are Jose. For those of you who only are on Sunday, Jose is a regular on the Tuesday shows, except for when things come up. But he's a Tuesday regular, so we're glad you could join us tonight.
With my kids to be on Tuesday.
Tommy said, "Looks like a full house. Sorry, I couldn't make it." I didn't say why, Tommy, but since you have
get crowded in here.
Since putting the mask on, yeah. But since you have said it, y'all, Tommy is not feeling well. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he couldn't make it tonight. I swapped some messages with him, and I know he drank a bunch of NyQuil last night, and with the intent that he would feel a little bit better today, but. That's okay, Tommy. We just want you to feel better.
It's
because
probably a hangover now with as much alcohol as there is in NyQuil.
Well, Tommy, I love you. I love you, brother. But I'd rather you miss tonight and get well and go print some books and ink some pages.
That's right.
No messing around. Get to work.
That's right.
You can ink.
Jeez.
Tommy, you missed Steven. Steven Butler dropped by here a little bit earlier. And I said the same thing. I tried to get him to come on. So there's still a handful of them. Him and Jackson trying to get on. Rob helped me out trying to get Jackson to throw in with another something. So we're gonna keep working on Jackson, and before you know it, you're gonna hear Jackson's gonna be drawing another story for Silverland 3.0. So it's gotta happen.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
So all right, well, let's see. We've spent an hour chill. Well, we did this. It was just a chill. With the exception of Pete, who doesn't practice. You guys, how was your Thanksgivings?
Ridiculous holiday.
Hey, it was Brits at the time. The Pilgrims were Brits.
The moment you wanted to go independent, you took all responsibility for that stuff.
But we weren't. But when this all started, they were still Brits.
Yeah, no, you own that. That's you.
You didn't think it was terrible holiday when you were teaching my kids bad English.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have been a fly on that wall. That would be funny.
Oh, it was so funny.
Don't believe anything, kids.
A year, Pete. I had to deprogram them a year for 1 day's worth of work.
1 day. Did he teach them all the silly words like Lori and Bobby
It wasn't even the right words. Like not even like the right English words. Like I think it started off, like I said, it started off with like biscuits and cookies, right?
Yeah.
Explaining what biscuits and cookies are, and then it was like weird things. Like he just started going on. He even asked me, was it a few months ago or so, when he's like, "Hey, what were some of the things I said to your kids?" I was like, I have no clue.
Kids believe anything an adult tells them.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Up to a
Yes,
point.
they do.
Up to a point when they become teenagers, they don't believe a word you say.
Nothing.
That's
Right.
Nothing.
Tommy says it's not COVID, it's just sinus issues. His taste and smell is working just fine. He's just clogged up. So
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. This is I love to read this. And listen, we are broadcasting and I'm recording, Jackson. So it says right there.
He has you recorded saying
we have video proof.
It'll happen. It'll happen. And then Roberta, we miss you, Roberta. She says that she's not feeling better either, but hello to everybody and sorry that she missed Steven. We just want you to feel better, Roberta, and take care of yourself.
Yes.
Yes. Then you just rejoin us when you are well. So we lost Martin, so I'm gonna pop. Phil, you mind if you're sharing? So I'm gonna assume you're okay with it.
We wanted to give him a little bit of.
Yep.
Yeah, I just figure I pull it up. I'm still shuffling off the space sleep, man. So I thought I'd at least bring up the pages so you could see.
So you've got the quantum leap. Lag.
Yeah, a little bit of lag.
You have quantum lag.
Yeah, quantum lag, exactly. So yeah, this is just to give everybody a little peek with some of the page.
Jackson says video can be doctored. Yeah, you're right, Jackson. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 witnesses here.
Yeah, he has witnesses.
He's going to have to shut down all the streams wherever they were broadcast from. And
now, Phil, this is actually a page from White Devil number 2. Is this correct?
Yes, correct.
Nice. He recognizes it. Good editor. Yep. He knows his stuff.
So yeah, I just thought, I've just been pulling up
that. Yeah. She's like, how can you remember? Because for those of you know, I'm a history buff too. She's like, how can you remember on what day and what hour that army fought against that army, and on what page and what issue this happened, but you can't remember to put the dishes up. And I'm like, because
anniversaries or birthdays or I'm married too.
Right.
So we can give them another little peek too, because
that's
nice. Doing a little dual action.
That's always been one of my favorite.
Hubba.
I do like that one. Inagata Davida. Oops.
That's right. Now, baby. Simple loose ends that can be tied up.
Wow.
Okay, so there's so many of us here. As I'm popping up, Jose, you're at the bottom. So if that bothers you, I can swap you with me. and I can cover me because I don't mind covering me up, but somebody's going to have to be under the Silver Sunday some. Right? You see what happens?
Mm.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
I'm good either way. It's all right.
Okay, all right. I just don't want to ever upset anybody. Going and when I pop, you know what's weird is like so I can pop the comments up and it does that. But now when I pop like a banner up, see it's just along the bottom.
Yeah,
right?
that works.
Or this one, well that one doesn't. But so I guess it happens when we're sharing something. So let me remove that, and if I share, see how it shrinks us?
Yeah.
So,
but it doesn't do that when you're.
It doesn't do that when there's a. Yep. It just yeah.
It just covers somebody up. Yeah.
Well, you can. There's an option in the StreamYard that you can make it where if you pop up a comment, it'll just pop everybody. It'll bump us all up a little bit and put the comment underneath so nobody will get covered up.
Oh, that might be in settings then. Huh?
Yeah.
I wonder if I did that now, if it would screw everything up.
Probably. That's the way it works for me.
Yeah, so I think that I'm not going to mess with that right this moment because
it's like losing my mic and hearing it
right,
when we started up. I had to pop out and come back in order for anything to work.
So what are some post Turkey Day traditions you guys have? What do you do after you except for Pete after you inhale and eat all the turkey? What do you do? What's some of the things you kind of traditionally do?
Eat pie, go into a diabetic coma.
I hear you.
Now, does that start so that you can do this all again in 30 days at Christmas?
Right, yeah.
You have enough time to recover.
Like if you don't, you're doing it wrong.
Well, my family sits down and watches White Christmas.
Oh, okay.
The movie White Christmas.
Jose, don't you watch that at Christmas?
Yes, we do.
I learned that when I went to Jose's. They watched that. Is it Thanksgiving or Christmas you watched that?
We watched it on Thanksgiving actually.
Oh, well, there you go. It must be an American thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I ended up watching Black Friday.
Wait, what?
Isn't that a sale?
Black Friday. It was it's Bruce Campbell, a new Bruce Campbell movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's
right.
horror comedy. It's fun.
In theaters now, isn't it? Yeah.
It's on streaming also.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
I think I've seen ads for that.
If you like.
Not necessarily my cup of tea, but
I like a little bit of horror comedy. And I've always been a Bruce Campbell fan, so
I see what's funny about it and good about it, but it's just not necessarily my cup of tea.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Yeah.
We went to see a movie on Thanksgiving Day. What did we go see?
Must have been really impressive.
I know.
Oh, we saw the new Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Yeah, we enjoyed that. Yeah,
Is it the one with the women in it, or
no? I saw that one too, and I'll refrain from saying anything about that one.
Okay, I've heard mixed reviews on that particular one. I haven't seen it yet either. But.
No, we saw the one with the Ant-Man in it, with Paul Rudd in it, and we enjoyed that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, I haven't seen much on that one. I don't know much about that one.
Yeah,
I don't see many
that
movies.
one is supposed to be a legitimate sequel to the original Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Did it have any of the original?
The other one with the females
so that would be spoilers. Do you want the answer?
No. Okay. It's a spoiler. If it's a spoiler, no.
Yeah. I mean, there's clearly references to it because you've seen the trailers.
I mean, I don't mind, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody out there.
Yeah. Well, there's clearly tied to the original because if you've seen the trailers, they stumble across the Ghostbusters vehicle and they're driving it around and they come across one of the traps. So all of that is in the trailer. So
I do seem to remember seeing some of that. That's funny.
Clearly tied to the original.
Yeah,
and I
somehow.
think that's part of what made my wife and I like it. We enjoyed it for that. And there were kids. The kids were they did a good job. We enjoyed them. One of them was one of the boys from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wolf, whatever his name. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know his name. Tall, skinny boy, but he did a good job. Yeah, they were all pretty good.
He did.
So that's what we did, and we've only kind of started doing that in the last few years as our kids have gotten older.
Yeah, actually this year we didn't watch White Christmas because nobody was at home. It was just me and my wife, and she goes, "Should we watch it?" I'm going, "Nah, I don't know." I want to because I make comments. We've seen it every year since the kids were little.
Right.
And Dad always makes comments at certain points in the film.
Right.
And I love irritating the crap out of them by saying the same thing I've said the year before. So it's not as much fun if there's nobody
if
there.
They're not there.
Hear my comments.
Yep. That's pretty much a dad thing. Dads have to editorialize, don't they?
Yeah,
Comment.
And in fact, there are points in it I will stop it and say something, and then start it up again, and we'll watch.
Yeah. So both of my kids tell me. You guys probably already know. Well, I'm a big Pink Panther, Peter Sellers Pink Panther.
Oh, those are great movies. Yeah.
My kids laugh at me whenever they watch it with me. My daughter has even said, she goes, "I love watching this movie with you." And I said, why is that? She goes, "Because you start laughing before anything funny happens."
She knows when the funny stuff's coming.
That's it.
Okay.
She says, "So I know something funny is about to happen because you
You're
start
anticipating
laughing.
it,
right? Because I know what's coming, and I just start laughing because I know what's coming." Jackson says, "We're Scandal Rule." Yeah. And then Aaron Humphrey says, "Hey, all, what's up,
Hey,
Aaron.
Aaron's another one of those. Well, he's kind of semi-regular on Tuesdays now.
Yeah.
I think he kind of alternates Tuesdays and Wednesdays because he's out in Portland and Oregon, and he can't get his schedule straight. He can't figure out his days.
Well, it's 3 hours. It's 3 hours after you.
Yes. Yeah.
So 2 after me, but. Yeah, because I will say, okay, what time, Roland? And it's only an hour's difference. And he has to stop and...
Yes.
I'm like, and I'm going, okay, yeah.
That's why I try to make sure I always...
mention Pete.
Well, yeah.
Wait,
that's why I like working...
I'm like, wait, 5, 6, 7,
I know.
8. Oh, crap, it's too late.
Yeah.
That's why I liked working for Malibu. It was always 2 hours later.
Right.
I could sleep in late and not worry about getting a call from the editor for until late, at least mid morning.
Yep. And that was nice for us because we could always call first thing
when
we got to the office and not have to worry about people
waking us up or anything. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's 10 o'clock. You're not up yet.
Now, when I worked for Marvel in DC, it was the other way. But yeah.
Aaron says that very fact gives me comfort. Well, what else? Other kind of post Thanksgiving traditions? Maybe not even traditions. Just anybody big football watchers?
No.
Nope. I'm a college football
really.
watcher, so Thanksgiving weekend is usually a pretty big weekend for college football. Rob, you probably don't want to listen to this right now because my school beat yours.
That's okay.
Yeah, Arkansas beat Missouri.
Razorbacks.
Yep.
I heard it. Was it even close? I didn't even follow it.
I'm not thinking particularly.
It was okay.
It was.
I know the Razorbacks are good. We've always had a rivalry.
Yeah. Well, so for the Razorbacks are good for the first time in like a decade. Yes.
Because Mizzou hasn't been. And people will go, Mizzou, what's he talking about?
Right.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what they call Missouri.
Mizzou,
It's called Mizzou.
Yeah. And now they were really good kind of back in the day, you know.
In the 60s, they were the powerhouse.
Yep.
They were the Nebraska of the 1960s.
But then they just kind of
just kind of petered out and haven't been as. They've had a few seasons here and there.
Right.
Pinkel was a good coach for there for a while. Was doing really well.
Yeah.
And then he retired, and it's kind of been mediocre since.
Yeah. They got a guy named Drinkwitz now.
Drinkwitz, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the last guy they had was he was a Columbia high school graduate, and was a local boy, made good, you know. Yep. And then and he just couldn't turn the team around.
No.
So they finally.
You know where he's at now, don't you? You know where that boy's at?
He's the defensive coordinator somewhere
at Arkansas.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
but he's apparently really, really good at being a defensive coordinator.
He's a really good defensive coordinator. Yeah, I'm afraid.
Well, and it probably didn't hurt that he knew some of the students at Mizzou. There's probably one or two of them
he recruited half the team.
Yeah,
you know,
so he knew. He knew what kind of players they were. He could go against.
So there were good college football games all weekend. This past weekend, you know, you had Texas A&M and LSU. You had Auburn, Alabama, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Those are good traditional rivalry games.
Yeah.
And so this is, the weekend after Thanksgiving is usually one of my favorite college football weekends because that's usually when, because rivalry games are it really doesn't matter what your record is. For a real rivalry game, it really doesn't matter because you got two teams that hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna play,
they're gonna play as hard as they can.
Yes, yeah, right, yeah, and the Alabama Auburn game was one of the best in.
That's the one that was only like a point difference, I think. Or something.
They went into, I think it was a 3 overtime game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's a big Auburn fan.
Oh, he was sad.
He was not happy.
Yeah, because they kind of beat up on Alabama.
They are huge rivals. Yeah,
yes, they are.
They hate.
Oh yeah, I lived in North Alabama for a while, and
so you felt the heat.
Oh, that was not a very comfortable time. But yeah, so I know that this is also a big weekend for pro football, but I don't watch pro football, so I don't know how that is.
I will follow a team. I'm a fair weather fan. If they're doing well, I kind of pay attention to what they're doing. But it's like a true baseball fan knows all the players on the team, knows what their stats are, and all this other stuff. And I'm going, I don't have enough extra brain cells for all that.
Yeah,
I'm spending that on something else. But,
my dad's a St. Louis Cardinal baseball fan.
Right? Yeah, big. Yeah, that's big in Missouri.
Oh yeah,
and then when they did the World Series where the Royals in Kansas City and the Cardinals, and that was unfortunately huge. For the TV numbers, it didn't do very well. Because because they won.
The entire state was watching, but nobody noticed it.
Right? Yeah, but no one else. We're a flyover state, so nobody else gave a damn.
Right.
But yeah, and I'm a fan of both teams, and I had just moved from Kansas City to Columbia, but. So when they were fighting, I was going, well, I don't care who wins.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care who loses. I'm happy with either one. And then when Kansas City won, I went, hey, all right. Woo.
Yeah.
They needed a win, and they haven't done very well since.
What about the favorite Thanksgiving food? Or let me. So I'll plant that seed. What's your least favorite Thanksgiving food?
Cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce?
Oh,
no
come
way.
on.
I hate cranberry sauce. No.
No way.
And it adds the enhancement to the turkey. Come on.
No.
Wait. Do you not like cranberry sauce in the shape of a can? Or
no, I don't. Now, I will say one thing. My sister has this recipe for cranberries. It's got lemon and some other stuff in it, but it's not a sauce. It's kind of it's almost like a little salad. and the cranberries are kind of crumbled up. That's good. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
But the cranberry sauce out of the can, that's just cranberry flavored Jello.
My wife.
Yeah,
we had cranberry sauce made with grapefruit juice, which was a different taste for us, like a different. You know what I mean?
that actually might be good. That might be good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's some of the medications I take. I couldn't eat it, but it interacts with some of the medications I take for. I think it's the simvastatin that I take for high cholesterol. I think it interacts with that.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Kind of like grapefruit.
I can't eat. I love grapefruit, but grapefruit or grapefruit juice, I can't have them. So
Right.
Yeah, when my wife had her open heart surgery, she couldn't have any citrus because of the pills that she was on.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Grapefruit apparently is the only one I can't have. I can have orange and lemon, but not grapefruit.
Wow.
But,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. That's that crap that happens when you get old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
Yep.
What we don't like.
What you don't like.
Man, anything cheesecakey.
Oh,
Like I don't like cream cheese. I don't like.
All right,
cottage cheese,
you
I
can
don't
have my cranberry sauce, and I will take your cheesecake.
That's a deal, Rob. That's a deal.
Yeah,
Until you've had some
We're
pumpkin
good,
cheesecake, man.
Yeah, we're good, pal. A little bit of whipped
now
cream.
you're talking.
See, for me, it's sweet potato. I don't like sweet potato stuff.
More for me.
I know, right? Yeah, I don't like that either. My wife makes it with like the sweet potato all mixed up and whatnot with a pineapple and a marshmallow on top. Like I don't know if that's a normal thing, but
Yeah, I'm the only one in my house that likes it, but I eat sweet potatoes.
And when someone tries to tell you that sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie are the same thing, I say
No.
Obviously, have never had either.
They're the same.
Me,
color.
you're saying they're the same thing? What?
They're the same color.
No.
That's
I
about
know you Americans got an obsession with pumpkin this and pumpkin that. It's not to be eaten; it's just to be carved.
Or painted. Yeah. Actually, pumpkin seeds are pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
or throwing at people from the back of a horse.
Yeah. So pumpkin seeds are a lot like sunflower seeds.
They're very except of course they're bigger, but they taste very similar. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah. Oh, I do too.
Like
Perhaps a lot of this
the pumpkin spice must flow.
Yes.
Yeah, all this other crap with pumpkin spice in it can go.
Yeah.
I
I like pumpkin pie a lot, but all that other stuff.
that other stuff. No thanks. Cappuccino.
Yeah.
I mean, no thanks.
Like my father-in-law, when I first came into the family, got me turned on to mincemeat pie.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've never had any of that.
Too bad.
It's just that's too sweet for me. I just can't. Yeah.
You mean
one
mince
bite
pies?
and I'm done.
You mean mince
What was that
pies?
mean? Mincemeat pie. Yeah.
Mincemeat pie. Yeah.
Mince pies.
Okay. That may be may be the
Yes.
English version of that mince pie, I guess.
I've never had it.
Horrible.
It's too sweet for me.
Horrible.
Then you can't do
with
Pecan pie or pecan pie, as some people call it. That's
That's nice.
That's just what I was going to ask you. You said if it was too sweet, I was going to ask about pecan pie because that's practically
too sweet for me
sugar.
too. I don't care much for that either. I'll pick the pecans off, but not.
I am willing to make the diabetic a sacrifice for that day.
Well, and there's probably a diabetic recipe for that because my older sister, God rest her soul, she was diabetic and she actually wrote a cookbook, and I think she had a mince pie recipe in there. I'll see if I've got that, but they do have recipes for that kind of thing.
What about Danish pie?
Oh, Danish pie?
Yeah.
Never
The Danes ate pie?
Danes ate pie.
Or do you just mean a Danish?
Shoot,
What
what is
you was
that?
in Danish?
Well, that would be
A Danish is a donut, or it's like a
Right.
No.
yeah,
with a little bit of a lemon in the middle, lemon
yeah, inserted in.
sauce,
It's a soft scone, Pete.
something
It's
like
a donut. It's a donut.
But yeah, but I mean, Europe doesn't do donuts, or do you?
Donut. I don't eat them. But
Yeah. No,
What,
but
donuts?
it's
You
not
don't
like,
eat
it's a
not like
donuts?
pastry.
you, not like you guys.
It's a pastry.
Did you just say you don't eat donuts?
Oh, not really. I mean,
Really?
if someone comes along and said, "Hey, do you want a donut?" I go, "Yeah, go on then." But you guys have donut shops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have
Well,
you never
yeah.
been to Krispy Kreme?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
we've
not,
got
no,
Krispy Kremes over here now, but I don't.
Oh, Pete,
they
you need
get
to go
sold
in
in
and have a.
supermarkets.
All right,
and
what do they
not
have?
in
What
stores.
does
Nah.
You
Krispy
need to
Kreme
go in and have
have?
a cream
it's
filled
pure sugar.
chocolate cream. Yeah, it is pure sugar. You need to go. You need to go get you a
I was going to
chocolate.
say, there's got to be some
cream-filled
cocaine
donut.
in there too,
And now-
because they're addicted.
No,
They gotta have cocaine or something in them.
yeah.
My
Oh, yeah.
lord!
Up here in Canada, though, we got Tim Hortons, and it's on every
Oh,
every street
Timmy's.
corner. So yeah, it's a national institution up here. So
Well, we're
we've
lucky. We got
donuts
one
up
like
the
about.
wazoo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying we've got donuts up the wazoo up here. So because Tim Hortons is everywhere.
Tim
I'll
Hortons.
say you've even
Okay.
made your way down here. I've got one about 15 minutes away.
Okay,
Get
so
some
there you go.
Timbits and a double.
Yep. Do you guys know what a double is?
I do.
So it's 2 cream, 2 sugar.
Double.
Okay,
Okay.
That
I
makes
have a
sense.
question.
Timbits are basically what we call donut holes here.
That's
Oh,
correct.
I know what a
Oh.
donut hole is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love those. Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
We
in
call
fact,
them
I've got some in
Timbits.
the refrigerator right now.
Jose has a question.
Yeah,
Okay.
Martin. What's a loony and a toonie?
A loony is $1. A toonie is $2.
Okay, thank you.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
so-
are
so
coinage, right?
That's correct. So a loony is called a loony because it has a loon on the back. A loon is a bird.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So it has a loon on the back. So that's a $1 coin. And then
Okay.
the toonie is the $2 coin. So
Yeah. Well, let me ask you: do dollar coins get spent well? I mean, are they used quite a bit up there, or
oh yeah, no, we've had them since like
because they
the
don't
late
work,
'80s, early '90s.
they don't work here worth a damn. Nobody
Yeah,
wants
no.
them.
Oh,
That just
we converted
drives me
we converted to the dollar coin in the late '80s, early '90s,
Mhm.
and it's been.
That's when
it's-
we tried. Yeah.
and they got rid of the paper version then.
Yeah. America's a little different in that respect. We want to keep that $1 bill.
Yeah.
Even though it costs $1.75 to make the damn thing.
Well, we still have dollar stores.
Well, you heard that they're gonna start having
Yeah.
stuff in the store worth that charges more than $1.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, that's funny and
So I think they're going to start calling it a $1 plus store, right?
they should.
Yeah.
Well, that's like
So
5 and dime stores. You know,
Yep.
you used to be able to buy stuff in there for a nickel and a dime, but not that's went out a long time ago.
We got a dollar store in the mall, so when
Wow.
So it's the kind of thing. I'm not saying that we do this, but you run by the dollar store, grab you some cheap candy,
Uh-huh.
stick it in your pockets, and head to the movie theater, right?
Yeah, you don't do that at all. No, you don't.
Yeah. No.
I don't eat candy. I don't eat candy in a theater. I only have popcorn.
Well, see, oh man, so chocolate with your popcorn, you don't eat that?
No,
Oh
I get the
gosh.
biggest tub of popcorn there is. They butter the crap out of it, and I eat that.
So, am I the only one that sneaks cheeseburgers in?
I fill up on the popcorn. I love movie popcorn.
We have done that. Absolutely. We snuck cheeseburgers in. We've snuck Taco Bell in, burritos. Especially during the winter, right? I put on a jacket and I got an inside pocket right here.
Yeah.
I just slipped the burritos right inside my pocket right there and walked.
And they'll stay warm too, I bet.
So it's just a Danish pie is what it's called. I sent my family a text saying, "What is that pie called?" But my mom usually puts cherry pie filling on half of it, and then it has a crust and whipped cream topping. Really, really good, and it's got cherry juice and cherries on top of it.
Okay.
Oh, sounds horrible.
Oh my goodness! No. You have to try it. It's very good.
I hate cherries.
I feel that would kill me.
So I'll tell you, Pete. I picked the physical cherries off, but the cherry juice is good.
Oh, come on. You picked the cherries? You guys are terrible.
I do.
You don't like sweet potatoes. Yeah. You guys don't like the pecans on your pecan pie. You don't like what is going on here?
Guys weren't made to eat everything on their plate when they're kids. I'm thinking,
not the pie. I take the pecans off.
Well, now I do that too.
Now most certainly you guys eat the buttered Brussels sprouts, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I don't
love them
all day.
Love them. I got some. I'm going to fix for lunch tomorrow.
Vegetables. What are vegetables?
And asparagus.
Yeah, love that too. Grow it in the garden.
That's what meat eats.
That's what
Yeah.
What about oh shoot? Oh, anybody ever had oyster dressing?
I have not.
You lost me there, man.
I'd like to try that.
I will tell you this. My wife comes from a family of fishermen, right? She comes from a long line of shrimpers, and I will tell you this. I love shrimp. I do not like oysters at all. Okay, but my wife's grandfather, who's since passed, he made oyster dressing. Mm-hmm. And that was some of the best stuff I've ever. I'm like, this is really good, but I don't like oysters.
I want to try it.
Really. He used to when he found out that I liked it, he would make an extra one, stick it in the freezer, and then when BJ and I left, he would give me the whole
extra.
And
all right.
Now BJ didn't like it. She I can't stand that stuff. How do you like it? I'm like, I don't like oysters, but I really like this oyster dressing.
It's sometimes it's how it's fixed.
Yep. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know how he fixed it. I don't know what he did.
Yeah, it's too bad you don't have the recipe so you can do it yourself. But I don't think that's a recipe we ended up with. So yeah. Interesting.
My wife's grandmother would make this like dessert called Better Than Robert Redford. It's like
Robert Redford.
Walnut crushed and whipped cream and pudding and all kinds of like more whipped cream and other stuff and chocolate shavings and all kinds of stuff. And the first time I ever had it, like she made it, and I cut myself this big honking piece of it. And my father-in-law standing next to me, and my grandmother-in-law was like, oh, did you like that? I was like, well, I haven't had a bite yet, but it looks amazing. She's like, oh, it's real easy to make. And I'm sitting there just about to stick a full fork in my mouth. And she's like, oh, yeah, it's got cream cheese in it and whipped cream. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
And you didn't even try it?
Well, I looked at it, and I looked at her, and my father-in-law leaned right into me and goes, you better eat that whole thing. So I sent my daughter into our my wife's grandfather's fridge, and I was like, hey, get me like 3 cans of root beer. And so she did. I popped all of them open, and I took a bite and chugged it down. I ate the whole thing. And when Grandma asked me why I did that, I told her it's because I don't like cream cheese. Ever since then, she's gone out. She will make the same thing, right, and make a whole 9x12 like pan of it without cream cheese just for me. And then she'll make a 9x12 pan with cream cheese for everyone else to share.
Good for her. Good for her.
And then I'm just sitting there just eating it. There's just like cheesy grin on my face, looking at everybody else. This is all mine.
Yeah. You can't have none.
Right.
What about anybody ever heard of chocolate rolls?
No.
Chocolate rolls.
Just chocolate rolls. Mm-hmm.
Is that sponge?
Does that have chocolate in it?
Yeah, it does have chocolate in it.
Is it like biscuits?
No, yeah.
A dinner roll? Like a dinner roll?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So it's more like a burrito.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a roll.
It's like a flour. Yeah. It's like a tortilla, flour tortilla kind of thing. and then my mom makes this, right, and then she just puts all kind of chocolate on it, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a chocolate mixture. It may even be like chocolate batter that you put it like in a cake, whatever, but it doesn't come up cakey though. But but then she just rolls it up, and man, it is so good.
Is that kind of like on a crepe?
No, it's more like
it's probably sounds like it's thicker than a crepe.
Yeah,
more like a tortilla.
So what are you wrapping? What are you wrapping it with? The
flour, or like a flour thing.
Yeah,
it's made out of flour. It's like a pancake.
Yeah, biscuit dough maybe. That's
probably
flat.
Biscuit
dough rolled flat, and then you roll it up, and it's more like a croissant, probably.
Right. Yeah, and then you roll it up, and then you cut it into little rolls.
Or do you just eat it? No, it's just
just
rolled
eat the
like
log?
a burrito. Yeah.
Okay.
It's about the size of a burrito.
Yeah.
Huh. I would do a similar thing with crepes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fill it up with jam, peanut butter, or whatever, chocolate, bananas, and all that, and then roll it up.
Cherries, cherries Jubilee, that would be good.
A jammy Dodger,
or cream cheese.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I ate dinner before we started this show. I'd be excusing myself right about now.
Right.
Yeah. See if I can. I've sent my family another message. Of course, my dad can't stand the chocolate rolls. Okay, so I send the whole family a message that says, "Hey, what are the chocolate rolls made of out exactly?" My dad's answer:
chocolate.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. He can't stand them. He can't stand those things. In fact, every year he tells my mom, he says, "Don't make those. Make something else that everybody likes." And of course, she's like, "Well, everybody likes them, but you."
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what else? Any other overrated foods?
Nothing's worse than cranberry sauce.
I don't know. I gotta have cranberry sauce with my turkey.
I get why. I will eat it if when my mother was still alive, she would put it out, and I would put a little piece of it on my plate and eat it. But I never cared for it.
So now, why would you eat it? Because your mom?
Well, she would. If I didn't, she would push it on me.
Oh.
So I would always just. I would put on my plate what I could stand, and it was like a little tiny wedge of it. I'd put that on my plate, and then she would leave me alone.
We tell our kids they have to have 3 bites, even if it's something that they want to put their nose up before they even try it. 3 bites. That's all you're allowed to do.
Well, with my kids, you try 1 bite. If you try it, you might like it. If you don't like it, we'll never push it on you again.
Well, that's why we say 3 bites, because the first bite, they're going to stick their nose up at anyway, because they're anticipating not liking it.
Yeah, my kids were fine. We're fine with it.
Okay.
They found foods they liked that way. So
here's the answer from my mom for the chocolate rolls.
Okay.
She says, roll out pie crust thin.
Oh, pie crust. Okay.
Spread the mixture of cocoa, milk, and sugar, and then roll it into the roll.
Cocoa, milk, and sugar.
And she just stirs it up and puts that on the pie crust, and then that's when she just I think she folds it and then rolls it.
It's just short of pudding. If you put an egg in it, it would be pudding.
Yeah, it's really very good. Except my dad does not like it, but the rest of us do.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a big chocolate fan myself. So I'm with your dad. I probably wouldn't care for it either, but I definitely wouldn't turn my nose up at it. I would take a little slice of it and try it. It might not be bad. Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of, I will say this about all this stuff we're talking about. That's always kind of been my philosophy. It's like, you know what? I will try anything one time with an open mind. I may not like it, but I'm willing to try it. So, So I said, thanks, Mom. My dad said, what about me? Yeah, you weren't much help, Dad.
Well, I'm sure she fixes stuff he likes.
Oh, all the time, absolutely.
So yeah. Get over yourself.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, because they make a plenty of stuff that I don't care for, and I'm going, hey, that's just more for you. Cool. Yeah. It'll be more. You guys can share that, and I'll eat the other stuff.
My dad, he loves. My sister makes some sugar-free banana pudding, and and he really likes that. So usually what happens is he'll get the first bowl, and then he'll hide it.
Oh man!
Wait, for a later date?
Just from just from the rest of us.
I'm gonna sit underneath the pantry, and for a couple of days.
So nobody else will get any, right?
So no one else will get any. Yeah.
Yeah.
He usually so we've got they've got at my mom and dad's house, they've got a refrigerator outside. So we got the one in the house, and then they've got a refrigerator and a freezer and even another freezer. And so usually what he'll do is Mom usually keeps the banana pudding there in the house. Mm-hmm. So when Dad gets it, he'll take it and he'll take it out to the outside refrigerator and put everything in front of it, right? So if you open up the refrigerator,
he's hiding it. He is hiding it.
He is hiding it. That's what,
literally. Oh man!
So the rest of us will see it and we'll eat something else. He told me once before, he said, he goes, as long as they're chocolate rolls, you can't have any but this banana pudding.
So that's homemade banana pudding? It's not a mix. It's actually homemade or from scratch?
I don't know the answer to that. My sister makes it, but I know it's sugar free.
Yeah, so, they make a sugar-free mix. It's not bad.
No, it's not as good as like
it's got a little bit of
sugar banana pudding.
It's got a different aftertaste. Sugar's got one aftertaste, and the sugar substitutes have another.
It's probably like aspartame or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know that they use aspartame so much.
One of those kind of things.
That was hooked to cancer-causing agents.
Yes. Oh, I thought that was saccharin.
That's saccharin too. So Splenda is probably the go-to thing. I know that my family uses a lot of Splenda.
And it bakes. So Splenda will bake. Yeah. Whereas some of the other substitutes, if you put them in an oven, they'll turn into toxic crap. I don't know, but they don't cook. So, but Splenda I think is based on sugar, isn't it?
Okay, Splenda. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Splenda or stevia?
Stevia,
Stevia is similar. It's a different, but stevia can also be baked.
Let's say, you can cook with stevia because my wife made cookies with it.
Yep, exactly. Yep, same thing with Splenda. Yeah. Like I said, I'm glad I ate before we did.
I know, right?
Not that she makes cookies for me, but
Yeah. Yeah, we had turkey leftovers for lunch.
Yep.
Yeah, love the leftovers, man.
Oh yeah, I do too. Yeah,
Nothing like a good turkey sandwich a week later.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And ham. I love the ham sandwiches.
Yeah.
So Pete.
Oh, hello.
Now that we have gorged ourselves on our holiday.
So is there anything remotely like Thanksgiving on your island?
No.
Nothing at all?
No, we're not thankful for anything.
You should be thanking us.
True.
We're just like, when we're going to eat a bunch of stuff, we just eat a bunch of stuff. We don't save it for a particular day.
Yeah, no. Weekend went by as all weekends do. No different. No, we don't have a Thanksgiving.
There's no happy pint day?
No, it's usually Friday evenings.
Yeah, do you have Boxing Day there?
Yes, we have Boxing Day, day after Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I mentioned before, I'm not entirely sure why it's called Boxing Day. There are many theories.
You were supposed to be the one to explain that to me, and you never did.
No, I don't know. No one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows. It's just a thing we do.
So what happens on Boxing Day?
Yeah, that's
Go
kind of what I want to
shopping.
know.
Yeah, shopping. I'm
It's
afraid
when you-
now. It's
Yeah.
it's the sales start Boxing Day, so everyone goes shopping. I don't, but
You
Yeah,
do, of course, draw.
it's. I guess it's like the leftover day of anyone else's Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Well, you know, I was thinking it had something to do with boxing up with some of the stuff that you had gotten for Christmas and took it back.
Yeah.
You want to
And
return
taking it
exchanged
back.
for something.
That's what I heard.
Return
That's
day.
what I
Canadian
figured.
version of
Yeah.
it. Anyhow.
One theory is it's the day you throw all the boxes out from Christmas and you box everything up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My nan had a theory that there used to be boxing on television.
True.
The day after, she thought that's why it's called Boxing Day. Although I'm not.
That could be.
not sure
That
how
could be
accurate that
too.
is.
Yeah, that all makes sense.
So
Wait, even
so
your
no one
nan
knows.
doesn't know what it's about?
What's what?
Even your nan doesn't know what it's about?
Well, she had a that's what she thought it was. I'm not entirely sure that's true.
Oh,
Um,
I think Reliant K has a song called Boxing Day, don't they?
The Who?
Reliant K?
No,
Reliant
not the
K.
Who. Reliant K. No,
Or not the Who. Yeah, not the
So I don't remember the Who singing that one.
Boxing Day, take your boxes.
Well, according to the BBC,
Yeah.
the name comes from a time when the rich used to box up gifts to give to the poor.
Oh, Paul.
Is that where that came from? Did you just
Boxing
look it
Day
up?
was traditionally a day off for servants and the day when they received a special Christmas box from their masters.
That's
Okay.
when things started going wrong.
new
So
broom.
they boxed. So I wasn't too far off. They boxed up the extra gifts
Yeah.
and regifted.
Regifted, yeah.
It should be
Day of
called
regifting.
regifting day.
It's true.
So Pete, what holidays do you have that we don't have? Because we got most of our holidays from you anyway, except for July 4th and Thanksgiving.
Well, we indirectly got that from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that working out for you, me?
Well, and I sympathize because my great grandfather was a Tory, so the Patriots ran his butt out of the country, and he had to go to Canada for a while. Our family went to Canada for a couple of generations.
What holidays do we have? You don't? I don't know actually. I don't think there are many. I could think of.
Anything associated with the monarchy?
No.
Okay.
There's not a King's Day, Queen's Day,
Yeah.
Royals Day. No.
No. Every day is a day for the Royals.
Yeah, there is that.
I don't know. It's not a holiday. We have obviously the 5th of November, Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, I was going to say Guy Fawkes Day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a holiday. though. It's not a
No,
holiday.
but it's quote unquote celebrated. So
Yes, celebrated we burn effigies.
yes,
But you don't get off work.
In
though.
your face,
No.
Guy Fawkes.
Okay.
We have bank holidays. They call them bank holidays dotted throughout the year.
Okay.
So traditionally, it's a day where the banks would close and have a day off. It's now just a day off for everybody, except if you work in a shop or supermarket. That's it's a shopping day. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, not really. Not really.
Hmm.
You have Labor Day. We don't have anything like that.
Do you guys have Veterans Day?
No.
Do you guys
so-
You guys don't like anybody.
nothing. Don't have Armistice Day.
We do
11th
Remembrance Day in Canada.
Remembrance Day, yeah.
Okay.
Remembrance Sunday we have, so Sunday.
11th of
anyway.
October. Yeah, 11th
It's Sunday,
of,
so you don't get a holiday, right?
No, it's a day off anyway. Yeah, it's a weekend. No, I mean, what we do have, obviously, the bank holiday. We have lots of bank holidays dotted throughout the year. Say lots.
Okay, we don't. Yeah,
About
we don't
7
have
or 8.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because it's our bank's closed on the holidays anyway, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So you don't have Norman Conquest Day, 1066, and
I've not been celebrating 1066 for 1,000 years now.
Oh
Like,
man.
I remember this one. This goes back several years. Someone was saying something and they were talking about ages of nations, and they're talking about how young the United States is as a nation, and then it's like the England was like 900 years. Like, holy crap, that's a long time.
Well, we were battling the Vikings in 800 AD, so
yeah.
Then the Norman Conquest 1066. The English monarchy was French for hundreds of years. They spoke French. They only spoke French.
Yep.
It was actually, I'm trying to think, it was Edward I was the first king to be given an English name, Edward. Up until then, it was Henri's and other French-sounding names.
Huh.
And they didn't speak English, but Edward I was the first English. And he was a great monarch. He was really good. Longshanks.
Oh yeah. Pete, I know you've watched Blackadder, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I got one of my favorite clips is when the French are at Waterloo.
Oh yes. That's a great. If you haven't watched it, you should watch Blackadder. It's magnificent.
Oh yeah, I like Blackadder. I've been watching it with my son, so it's very funny. Of course, Brian Blessed is on there, so
that's the first season. Okay, it's from the second season onwards.
Rick Mayo makes an appearance. So,
he's great
from the young ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
I absolutely love the young ones.
Have you seen the episode? It is the second season with Queen Elizabeth, and Blackadder's meant to be getting married to Bob, and Flashart's his best man. Bursts in at the end. So none of that was scripted. Where he kicks the door down.
Really?
The door doesn't bend because it's not meant to be kicked down like that. It's sort of falls in the middle. And they say if you look at Rowan Atkinson's face while he's doing this, he doesn't know what to do. He's just got off the script completely. Brilliant.
Oh wow.
He just sort of stands back and lets him do his thing because he's like, this is not what was written.
Yeah. No, I'm a fan of Blackadder, so
yeah.
Very, very funny stuff. All right. Well, my clock, as much as fun as we're having, my clock says 9:57, so we should probably wrap this up. Thank all you guys for joining us. We'll right around the. Let me pop up the Kickstarter one more time before we run around the clock here, and tell folks where they can find you. Share screen. Share my Kickstarter window, which is this one right here. So as you guys can see, we have reached full funding at 2513. We are going to. So thank you all for your support.
That's cool.
You know how this goes. We're gonna come up with some stretch goals, and we're gonna spend the last week chasing some stretch goals. I've already reached out to R.A. Jones to see if I can't get possibly another one of his novels that we can use as a stretch goal.
Okay.
The last couple of for Charlie Grimm 1 and 2, we had novels from RA, so we'll see if we can't get another one of those in a series and make that available as a stretch goal, and we'll see what else we can come up with for stretch goals. I'm sure we put our heads together, we can come up with something nifty, and we're just going to keep pushing this to new heights. See if we can't get some fun stuff. So you guys, if you have pledged, thank you so very much. If you haven't pledged, what are you waiting on? Go ahead and make that pledge. If you can't pledge, we totally understand. You can share though, so we ask that you do share this around. Share this to your friends who like comic books. Share this to your family that likes comic books. The other thing is, consider this. You could consider giving this as a Christmas present. Now, it won't be shipped in time for Christmas, but it won't miss it by far. This will ship early January, so you can always print out a little picture from the the Kickstarter page and say, hey, you got one of these and it's coming. You can even look, if you pledge and you want to pledge it in their name, you can say, hey, look, I'm going to pledge, but in the thank you page, I'm going to put my friend's name on it. You can do that and we can ship it to them. Not a problem at all. So, Rob,
I was thinking if somebody wanted to buy a sketch for me, we could do it as do something Christmassy for that, or
sure, absolutely,
as a gift.
Yeah,
so that's a thought.
It makes
because I think there's like 2 or 3 of those left that I can still do yet. I don't think we've had maybe one but
I think we've got 2. I think 2 of them are gone. Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 left.
There's 2 left.
So if you want to do something special for a friend as a gift, we could do that for you.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, I mean either me or the other
Jackson.
artist. Yeah, Jackson could do it for you too. I think he's probably still got some of those left.
Yep,
so that's something you could do. So there you go.
So, that's a fantastic idea. Sketches, commissions. These make fantastic gifts because you commission. It's a one of a kind. You get to ask an artist to draw something just for you.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be Twilight Grimm. It can be, as you saw from the ones that I've done before. I did a Doctor Who. I did a Sergeant Rock. And it could be anything.
I know who that Sergeant Rock was for.
Scimitar. Somebody had a Scimitar.
Yeah, one that's been throwing me off. Who is the female character in the corner?
That's Scimitar.
That's Scimitar.
Okay.
That's the character I drew back in the 80s, late 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. With R.A. Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's still a few fans out there. Almost every show, I get somebody to come by with at least one issue of it for me to sign. Nice. And I found a stash of copies of the book.
What?
I still have some of them in my stash. Yeah, I had them in a box shoved back behind some other stuff and found them. So I've actually got Scimitar issues I could sell from back in the 80s.
Nice.
Yeah, and some of them are still in the bags. So,
wow.
Well,
very cool.
They had nudie covers on them, and we put a paper cover around the outside of it so they could put it on the shelf and put it in a plastic bag. I still got it. There's some of them are still in that plastic bag.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's weird. You clean out the studio, you go, wow, I didn't know I still had that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And the mice haven't gotten to it.
That happens when you move too. When you move, what's this box?
I have told my wife if we move again, we're burning the house down and starting over. We got too much. We're old and we got too much stuff. We're starting to get rid of stuff now.
And books and comics are heavy.
Oh God, yeah. The moving guys hate them.
Yes.
Comic book boxes.
Yeah.
Long boxes. I've shifted since I've gotten older. I've shifted from long boxes to short boxes.
Yeah,
because they're easier to move.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Rob. Well, thank you for joining us. Tell folks where they can find you on the internet.
Well, you can find me at robmdavis.com. And that has links to a bunch of other stuff that I do. And I haven't updated that page in a long time. It's got some of the history, but the stuff I'm doing with Airship 27, the books and stuff that the catalog for that is at airship27hangar.com, and that's got a listing of everything. As soon as we put out a new book, that goes right on the website. It's got the opening page tells where Ron and I are going to be in conventions, that kind of thing. So you can find out that information there, and then that one will take you over to the catalog page.
We need to get all of our Silverline creators to answer an email that will do the same thing.
Oh right, find out
yeah.
So we can promote where everybody's going to be.
Yeah, it's
so.
A lot
have
of
you
fun.
talked to Ron lately?
I got an email from him earlier today.
So
through the Thanksgiving holiday, we're both busy with family stuff.
So
he's doing a book with you.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we got something.
But okay, that's all I'm going to say. I didn't say what it was.
No.
But he's been pushing one, so
yeah. It's kind of exciting. It happened pretty quick. So funny because because my wife always tells me, she goes, you got to stop taking on new projects, and I'm like, so I walked in the other day and I said, so I just got a virtual handshake for a new book. She said, what? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, but and I started explaining it to her. She goes, well, it's hard to say no to that. I'm like, yes, it is.
Yeah. That's Ron knows how to sell.
Yeah. So, and I've known Ron for years, and I think Ron's a good writer, good guy. So, and he'll promote, So
he's very good at that too. Yeah, that Airship 27 is that is his baby, and I make it happen. It's his idea, but I make it happen. That's why he's the captain, and I'm the chief engineer. I make it happen.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, also Phil is the other one who is involved with our ongoing Kickstarter. So it's
down there
that way. So Phil, thank you for joining us tonight.
No problem.
Tell folks where they can find you on the interwebs.
Oh, they can find me most easily at Facebook under Phil Leon. Most other social media under Phil Leon or PhilManX. If you do a quick Google search, put Phil Leon in comics or comic art, you'll find me real easy. I'm trying to do a regular stream again, the Zenden over on, I usually post that on my page and on Twitch and YouTube, which any of you guys are always invited over to. It's laid back. We sit there and draw. We talk about pop culture, and
Pink Floyd.
And Pink Floyd. Well, anything that comes hard telling over there. Sometimes I gotta get out the cattle prod. My crew, my circus crew over there. Sometimes it pops in and hangs out, but it's always a fun time,
It's one of the things that I think I know Tommy and I have talked a lot about it. Is that one of the things we like about these streams is it feels a little bit like you're kind of in a studio, kind of a virtual studio. So
like a jam session.
Yep. Very much so. Yep. Jose, tell now you'll be streaming this Tuesday with the Tuesday show.
That's right. And hopefully Quentin's feeling better.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hopefully he's feeling better. Fingers crossed for him.
Right. And then
what are you guys talking about this Tuesday? Do you know?
I don't. You know what? No, Tim doesn't ever tell us. I think he on purpose doesn't tell us until like a few hours before, so that we get to scramble to look things up.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've discovered about StreamYard that you can do, and I know Phil probably told me this some weeks back, is you can actually schedule a stream, and what it'll do is it will post it on Facebook and say, hey, there's a stream scheduled and here's the topic. And it kind of keeps it up there until you actually go live. I've tried to get Tim to do that as a way to kind of promote that you guys are going to go live and talk. Because this stream here has been up for a week that on Facebook that said, hey, Silverline plans to go live talking about turkey and chill or whatever I called it. I forget what I called it now. But yeah, it's been up there for a week. So
they've been adding new bells and whistles.
I think Tim likes to see us squirm.
There's a new one, just like when I signed on tonight. There was a new one when I went to share. There's a new one that says slides.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking it might be a new image thing, and that'll be great. I'll dig that one, man. I'll have to dig around in there and see what's up with it.
I saw that email just before coming on, and what it says you can do instead of what the email said. Like I said, I skimmed it. Instead of sharing a screen, you can create slides, and you can actually share a slideshow. Like
I've seen some of those. Yeah. I've seen.
That's
some
gonna
people
make
have already
things
posted
easier.
some of those.
Yeah. So I didn't create a slideshow in the 5 minutes before I saw that email and came online. Jose, where can folks find you online on the interwebs?
Mostly on Facebook, under Jose A. Fuentes Art, and Instagram as well.
Excellent.
Like other than that, I pretty much stay away from everything else.
Yeah, I'm finding Facebook not so much fun anymore, but
there's ways around it. Just some settings and some tweaks, and you'll be good to go. I used to be that way, but you find a few of those settings and stay away from the regular news feed, you'll be fine.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
There's probably figured out I can contact my mom.
I have some friends that's the only way I contact them. Yeah.
Well, that's same here. It's like I got a lot of folks that I only communicate through Facebook.
That's why I haven't left it completely, because there are days I go, oh, what a bunch of, Okay.
You're right.
But
And for the first time joining us, Martin Martonen. Thanks for dropping in, Martin. Hopefully, we'll see you more regular, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
If I'm around, I will try to drop in.
I was gonna say, I know I've invited you because you're in. What time zone are you in?
I'm in the same time zone as you.
Oh, okay.
I'm straight north.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm in Canada.
I know I tried to get you to join the first several messages I sent you. I said, hey, we need some bodies on Tuesday. So, but that's a little late for you, I guess. So,
yeah. No, well, I'm in the same time zone as you. So,
yeah.
So,
well,
essentially, if I went straight south, I'd hit you.
Yeah. Well, that's impressive since Florida is a peninsula. So,
Yep.
Thomas Flormonti says, good show, guys. Thank you, Tommy. Hope you get to feeling better. Martin, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Well, you can find me at martinmertonen.com. You can see some of my artwork there. And I also have a out-of-date site called ihorus.com. But that just shows you a reflection of what I've done in the past.
Cool. Very cool. And Pete, who did not celebrate Thanksgiving.
No Thanksgiving for me.
That's okay. We ate your shares.
Absolutely.
I had mine a month ago.
Pete, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
On the Google, you type in Peter Clinton art, and there I will be. Not physically, but there I will be. You will find me, contact me, and do stuff. Well, not do stuff. I'm pretty busy. So,
I'll take his commissions.
But we can chat. I can tell you how busy I am.
All right, and I am Roland. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, all of the places you can find social media people, or people on social media. You will find me there. I haven't been incredibly active on any of them in the last couple of months because I've just been far too busy to get on. But you can find me there, so send me a message. And so don't forget to chime in or tune in on Tuesday when the Tuesday crowd will be here, 8 p.m. That's 11 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. on the West Coast. And then Wednesday, Wham! Will be here same time as we are, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
I think I'm going to try and show up for that. I think you were wanting me to come by for that.
Yeah,
so
I'd love you and Phil if you can to show up.
I'll see if I can.
Night?
Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
What time?
8 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, 8 p.m. All right.
The stream is from 8 to 10, so it's a 2-hour stream. So try to hype the Kickstarter a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, I was just doing a little bit juggling on Wednesday, so I was wondering. Yeah. And also, you guys, I do a regular with a crew over on Niobe and Friends. We're going to be talking about White Devil a little bit tonight.
Nice.
About 45 minutes. If any of you guys want to join in, I can always send you the link.
Sweet.
And also, like I said, Wednesday nights after, I'm going to have about 3 things on Wednesday night, but when I do the Zen Den, you guys are welcome to come in Wednesday night too and hang out.
Just line them up. Right?
Stuff. Yep.
Knock them down.
It's kind of like bar hopping, huh?
Yeah, well, I've kind of been doing the world tour, as they say on this one, since like last Thursday. I think I've been going live most every night somewhere, so we can talk a little bit about White Devil and Twilight Grim,
Very cool. Very cool.
The digital version of a pub crawl.
Yeah. All right. Well, until next week, remember to make mine Silverline.
Silverline.
Good night, everyone.
You gotta look at the camera.
And say it loud.
Make mine Silverline.
Excellent.